See, this is the reason why I'm not into horror films. For this reason right here. So this is what's hot right now. This is what's hood. Like, this is what you guys are into. Hey buddy, welcome to Cast Cinema Files, and tonight we'll be talking about Obsession. I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 10. It's the reason why I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 is because it was just the characters. All the characters got on my nerves. All of them got on my nerves, except for the woman. The girl didn't get on my nerves. The girl did what she was supposed to do. Everybody else got on my nerves. It was just like the dialogue was cool, but it's the choices that the characters made, and also the writing, like the characters themselves, the way they were written was just dumb. Like everybody was dumb. Everybody was stupid. The main guy, the one who okay, let me tell you what this movie's about. Right? This movie's about this guy that really likes this girl, and a lot of unfortunate events happen to this guy, and he got like an 80s toy to make a wish, and not taking it seriously. He made a wish that the girl that he likes will love him above everybody else, right? So his wish came true. She became obsessive with him. He wasn't expecting the obsession part. Like, he wasn't expecting that. And then the girl herself, I would say, did a great job, because you can see duality. Basically, she was in a sunken place. Get out. If you know, you know. So the real her is trapped inside of the obsessed one, right? And you can see her fighting with herself. Great job on that. But the guy that made the wish and all of his friends around him made stupid decisions. And I get the drama, and I knew exactly where the story was going. And I knew all the secrets that everybody had. And I was just like, it's obvious. I was like, okay, it's obvious that this is what's going on. It's obvious that this is what's going on. And then when they try to do a big reveal at the end, I was just like, yeah, like I kind of saw that coming. I was so annoyed. I was so frustrated with the dude and his friend. I'm like, did just a bunch of bros write this film? Like a bunch of like frat boys? Like, yo, bro, like, yeah, I got an idea for a movie. Like, that's what it felt like. I'm like, no one does this. And but I will say, as far as the overall look of the film was beautiful. The choices that the director made with shadow, with color, added to the intensity, and it added to the suspense, which it helped. It helped a lot, like with this film. The way he uses shadow in this is genius. Don't know how he did it, but it was great, and that was brilliant. So I want to say directing was brilliant. He's also the writer-director. So directing-wise, it was great. But writing, like like don't get like a frat boy. It's like to write it. What didn't help was the sound. Like, I think they used Christopher Nolan's like sound dude, because the jump scare was there. Because the way that the tension was building up, and like I said, the use of shadow, like the actress's movements, like, even though it's little CGI, but it was still creepy. And her actions and her voice and all that was creepy within itself. So when she physically did a jump scare, or when the camera physically visually gives you a jump scare, you don't need the extra sound. But when you do get the extra sound, they ramped it up to 50. When the dial only goes up to 20, they ramped it up to 50. And that in itself was just jarring. It wasn't necessarily like scary. It was just like, why? They could have just visually gave us that jump scare, and it would have been great because, like I said, the tension was building, the suspense was building, and the sound threw me like it just annoyed me rather than scared me. The choices that people make in these films just does not make sense to me. Like he's the obsessive one, right? I mean, but she ended up being obsessive, and that's like where the story comes from. But at the beginning, he was a little obsessive of her, which okay, cool, I get that. But then when he makes that wish and she turns obsessive over him, and he's still not sure if it was the wish or not, he didn't accept it. Like she was like, "Hey, you want to come over?" And then he's like, "Oh no, that's just too weird." It's like, dude, this is what you wanted the whole first half of the film. This is what you wanted. Now she's like, oh, I'm feeling kind of sad or whatever. Come on over, or should I go over to your place? He doesn't want that. And I'm like, dude, what do you like? First, you really want this. Then when it's actually happened, you don't want it. And then you're questioning, is it the wish or is it just her? You know it's the wish. But why are you questioning it? Just go with it, right? But because he himself is so insecure, it added to her being more crazy. And it actually, for me, proved the point of why she didn't like him. Like, and it has nothing to, like, I'm insecure in a lot of my things, and I get that. And in high school, I probably could have opportunity to date somebody, and I stuck my foot in my mouth. I get it. It happens. But if there's a girl that I liked and she actually showed interest in me, I caught on. Like, like for him, he didn't catch on to that. He was scared about it. Like, he was nervous about it. And these aren't high schoolers. Like, they're adults. Like, they have adult jobs. So it's like, dude, what do you want, man? Like, what do you want? And for that, I'm like, that's why she friend zoned you, dude. It's you didn't show interest, and you're a liar. And to make a wish and to force somebody to be in love with you and obsessive with you when it's not natural, you made it worse. And even in the film, when she's in her manic episodes, when she's fighting amongst herself, she's speaking to, like, the her from in the sunken place is speaking to him like, you wish for this. This is what you want. I don't blame her at all for everything that she did. I really don't. It's there was one death that I'm like, that person didn't deserve to die. But I knew that was going to happen. I was like, yep, that's going to happen. That person's going to die, and the person died. And it just a brutal death because it's a horror film. And that's another one of my issues with this film. It's if you get a really good story, because on paper this is a really good story, or a really compelling story, I should say. But if you just have like real life characters, it probably would have made the movie just a little bit more intense instead of like scary. It would have been a lot more suspenseful. And like this could easily been like an amazing Alfred Hitchcock film. And I think, like, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan would have probably done like a way better job with this, even though like a lot of his films, you know what I mean. But I think M. Night would have been subtle with it, and it would have been great. Like, this would have been a great, Korean horror film, Japanese horror film, because they're subtle about theirs, and it's a lot more creepier. Like this had the potential to be like a really good movie. But they just broed it out. I just wasn't a fan. Just wasn't a fan. And the reason I'm giving it a 4 is because the director did a good job to make it suspenseful, to add that slight eeriness to it. There's moments where she's watching him sleep, which in itself is creepy, but the way she's doing it, and the way that the camera angle was, and the shadows, and the way the light is coming into the room, chef's kiss. It was so good. But they did not need the amp sound to blow my eardrums out, and they didn't need for that guy to make stupid decisions. And this ain't it. if you do like psychological thrillers, or you probably won't enjoy this one. Hell, if you like weapons, no, because weapons still had a point, even though I didn't like that film. But I like, if you're out on a date and you're 20 years old, you'll love this film. If you're out on a date and you're 19, you'll love this film. Uh, it's a popcorn date night movie for people who are, this is their first few dates. Movie's perfect for you. Have fun.